What's up, guys? NightChasers here. In this video we're going to be talking about my 92 Duster. We originally got this car as a daily driver. It was completely stock. The doors had some rust on it. Fender was banged up. Bumpers all cracked. It ran and drove good. Since then I had actually lowered it on 1G neon struts. The rear springs are cut. I know, hate me for it. I was driving down the highway and I hit a giant wooden ladder and completely destroyed the trans. So I ended up putting a new trans in it, which was hard to find. Brand new clutch. I made the Tanabe strut bar for it. Gutted the intake plenum, 3.3 throttle body, DIY hydro dip valve covers. Drilled out for breathers because the factory breather system sucks. Volvo 30-pound injectors, custom plug wires, polyurethane filled the motor mounts. Bought a set of wheels for it off eBay. I don't like that they're called drifts because it's not a drift car, but I think they look cool. eBay rotors, all new brakes. I replaced both doors, and the only problem with the doors is it had a little bit of rust starting, so I gotta fix that. Replace the fender. I got the cladding kit off of a guy in Detroit. Put an exhaust on it, side piped. Got all the windows tinted. Got some 10s in the back just for some bumps. Interior's pretty clean on this car. I have some custom carpet I'm going to be doing to it. It's got a custom headliner. I replaced all the speakers in the car with some Rockford Fosgate speakers. Replaced the front grille, and then, well, I leaned on it and broke it, but you can't see it when the hood's shut, so who cares? This is the car. My plan is I need to, I got a 255 pump for it, a wideband and some gauges I need to put in so I can start running it on the 85. I need to get a computer fan for the ECU, put my intake back on, change the front struts because, like I said, they're blown out. Do the carpet. Make it so the subs don't slide around in here, because they do. I gotta glue these thingies back on. They work fine, but the covers bloop, pop off. It's got a satin rear bumper on it because the factory bumper hangs down real low, or no, sits up real high, and I wanted a bumper that sat down low, and well, a Saturn bumper actually fits. The only thing that sucks is it says Saturn. Yep. It's got underglows on it, neons on the inside, all that racer stuff. We'll start it up for you. It'll probably get all distorted in the camera. It's a loud car. Got a sweet sounding idle. A little raspy up high, but it's a V6. You can't really make them sound the greatest. It's a fun car. It runs rich right now with those injectors in it. She runs good. She runs good, son. Alright, so drilled the hole in the dash, which was like super stressful because this dash is mint and I'm probably going to get some hate for drilling a hole in this nice dash, but it's just a Duster. No one cares. But here's the gauge. Boop, right there. And the rest of them are going to be lined up down here. And then, like I said, I have a Infinity Mitsubishi speaker I'm going to be putting right here. And then another one right here for them sounds, you know. I might get these little angle pods you can get, so the gauge is angled towards me like that, you know. But for now, this is totally fine. And this is like I've seen this style many times on like Japanese cars. And I got this giant open dashboard, perfect for gauges. So this is where my gauge is going to be. I have the O2 bung and the hole saw bit. Just went and got that to put the sensor in, and it started to rain. So, yay! I get to get wet in the wrong way and lay underneath this car and weld up an O2 bung. This is such a mess. All for a freaking wideband. Oh well, you gotta do it. So, everything's back together. The wideband is in. My controller is right here. So I can easily get to it to calibrate it. Plus it wouldn't fit under here. So I just gotta get some double-sided tape and stick that right there. Ignore the stuff on the floor. But works well. Let's start her up, see how rich she runs. Let her warm up a little bit. You know, let the sensor warm up. There it goes. 10-0 at idle. Super rich. Perfect for E85. The 85. Now that that's in, I got these stupid underglows under the car. This one took a crap, so I got to replace this one. I got to do the carpet next. Once I get my gauges in, I ordered some gauges. Once I get them in, I got to finish these. And then maybe once I'm finished with those, or as I'm doing those, I'll put these in. But alright, so I got some stuff in the mail. I got one of my gauges, and I got my exhaust tip. I did not realize how big this thing was, but there they are. So I plan on putting the gauge in today and the exhaust tip on and start on the carpet. I'm hoping that the rest of my gauges come in today or tomorrow, because like I said, I'm trying to get this car done by Saturday for a car meet. So I'm going to pull this forward right now and we're going to go start working on it. So I got the gauge in and mounted. I need to wire it up. I'm also trying to find a spot for this. I got this off the Civic, and I also have this. I'm thinking about just taking the glove box out and putting a piece of sheet metal in there, so that way I can open it up to adjust them if need be. Plus I don't like them in the engine bay really because of heat. And you may be wondering why I need a boost timing box. Well, if you remember me talking, I don't remember if I said it in a video or not, I'm thinking about supercharging this car, like a DIY supercharger setup. Because if you look, this intake manifold is, well, completely flat. And if you look at an M90 on like a GTP, the pulley is on this side and the throttle body is on that side. So I'm going to pick up another top plate and have it cut out so I can mount a supercharger to it, and then try to run the serpentine belt over it and then block off the throttle body plate and then run the supercharger throttle body and see if we can get her supercharged. And being that it's a distributor car, it'd be pretty easy to run all that MSD stuff on it and whatnot. So hopefully she's supercharged. That'd be really sweet. So that might be in the near future. So I'm gonna keep working on this. So right now I'm mocking up the exhaust. That's basically how it's gonna sit. I don't want it to like stick way out or nothing. Just sitting there. Yep, so that's it. That's what we're gonna do. And I'm about to, I already marked it. I'm about to pull it off and weld her up. So I got the exhaust done. I like the way it turned out. Like it a lot. Next is hooking up the oil temperature gauge and fixing my starter wire. So I've been trying to figure out where I'm going to mount the MSD boxes, and I took my glove box out, and there's where they're going to be. Mount them there. So when I open them up, boop, I can adjust them if I need to. Perfect. So last night I finished up the MSD box. She's all mounted and wired. And the car's pretty warm, so I can give it a wrap. Now I just need to get a two-step box and hook this box up right here. I gotta do some wiring. I gotta loom all this, you know. But yeah, there she is, hidden. Nice. Don't ignore the carpet. I'm pulling the carpet out soon to put some custom carpet in it, so that's why it's not all together down there. So I'm supposed to get my gauges in today, and I just got back from the junkyard. Let's see if we got them. Oh my God! 1, 2. Oh, can't reach it. Yay, let's go put some gauges in that Duster. So I got power and ground hooked up to all the gauges. I still need to install all the sensors and run the wires for those. Pressure and both temperatures. But there they are. They all work good. Well, hopefully. I don't know if they work good yet. They all light up good. I don't know how accurate they're going to be. So, but there they are. I'm super excited. Even though they're just cheap gauges, but it's just a slow car. No biggie. Perfect. So, crappy update. My exhaust got bent. It's pushed way forward and the tip's all bent. Because while I was gone yesterday on the trip to get the carbs for the whore, Jeff went to back the Duster up and took the exhaust out on this giant stump. So he already ordered me a new tip, so now I just got to fix my exhaust. Oh well, gonna keep working. So front and rear seats are out. The seat belts are unbolted from the ground. Next I need to pull this old carpet out and then measure it so I can cut the new carpet to the same size and lay it in here and bolt everything back together, and carpet swap will be complete. So the old carpet is out. There's that nasty ass carpet. So now I gotta go get the new carpet and lay it over it to see size comparison and all that, and then I gotta start cutting. So the carpet's steam cleaned. It's nice and clean, and I really hope I have enough to do this. I'm gonna have to cut it in half and then one strip here and run one strip there. If not, then I'll see if I can get some more. Alright, so after doing some measuring, I figured it out. That's how it's gonna have to be. I cut it in 2 pieces. I just got to trim the edges, cut the hole for the shifter, and then seat belt bolts and the seat bolts and all that, and then lay it in there, get it all nice and snug, and then put everything back together, and we'll have some custom carpet. So the back carpet is in, so are the rear seats. I still have to do some trim pieces and whatnot, but she's in. Not perfect, but she's in. Now I got to do the front. I got to do a lot of trimming for the front, for the shifter and all that. And then get the seats mounted, and then get all the trim pieces mounted, and then see how she looks after. So the carpet is in and done. It is not perfect. This is the second time I've tried doing custom carpet in a car. The first time I did custom carpet was in my Saturn. Here's a picture. So this is the second time, like I said. It turned out alright. I noticed all the imperfections since I did it. But it's a lot better than the gray carpet, and I'm happy with it. The next time I do it, I now know like what to do to fix the mistakes I made in this one. Alright, so with the probe struts, they're all bolted up, but it's got a little bit too much positive camber. I guess you can't really tell in the video. So the way we're going to fix it is camber plates. We're going to see if we can get these to work. If we can't get these to work on there, then I think I'm going to try VW coilovers on the front. And then these are for VW coilovers. So see what happens. So I drilled out the strut towers and got it whopped out for it. But there's a whole lot of other holes from other struts that we tried. So I'm about to weld those holes shut. So it's just these two holes. So it'll look a lot better. So that's what I'm about to do. He's playing with kid cars and I'm playing with big boy cars. Like father, like son. Anyway, so the Volkswagen coilover is in and it fits the spindle damn near perfect. And it's just good height and everything. Like, I'm surprised at how well this is going right now. This is full positive side of camber, you know. And I still got a little bit of camber adjustment in the strut itself. So it's hard to see it with it in the air, but I think we'll be good. And then I'm gonna push it in. Oop. And then you can definitely tell there's a lot more negative camber. So perfect. So now all I need to do is weld up the holes on the strut tower. Now that I know this is going to work, weld up the holes in the strut tower. Already grinded them. Get all that welded, so it's just those two holes. And then I need to get like a file and file this down to make it look nicer. Just paint that. And then we'll be on coilovers in the front and camber adjustment. Perfect. So I have it all bolted up just to see how it fits. I raised the coilover up probably like 1.5 inches, and that's probably like where I'd want it to sit. Sits good. When I tightened up the coilover to the spindle, I pulled it out as far as I could to give it as much positive to see how negative it would get with it like that. And it doesn't have much. I mean, it's got a little bit of negative. Probably can't tell. But it's full negative on the camber plates. So maybe I'll try it with it tightened up fully negative and then be able to adjust it more. But I'm happy with that. I ran out of welding wire. Literally as I went to go weld, and no welding wire. So once I get some welding wire, I gotta weld up all those holes, clean up the strut towers, and then I gotta do this side. And then my Tanabe strut bar won't fit. So I'm gonna have to build some different brackets for it, you know. So if you remember me talking about this car, I wanted to supercharge it. And well, my buddy Landon with the Z's had a supercharged ion, and he went turbo with it. And he hooked me up with a really good deal on the supercharger. There it is. It will get supercharged eventually. Might take some time because I got to get another intake top plate, and then get a flange and have it TIG welded to the top plate, and then mount the supercharger. Block off the old throttle body and get another throttle body for it, and then try to get all the sensors to work, and then get a custom serpentine belt to run it over, but it'll work. So this is going to be the ending for the first part. Stay tuned for the second video. I don't think in the second video the supercharger will be done, but it'll definitely be running, driving Volkswagen coilovers, and then all the other stuff I had planned on it done. So the second video, like I said, all that stuff should be done, and then we should be taking it to some car meets and whatnot, and hopefully before it's supercharged, I'd like to get it to the drag strip to see what it runs NA, and that'll be the second video. And then the third video, whoops, hold on, and then hopefully the third video is us getting it supercharged and then seeing what it does supercharged. So stay tuned. And remember, I needed to make an outro video. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for, well, notifications when I upload sweet videos.